Welcome to Channel Recap Movies today. For every other new tale footage that Bullies is a South Korean film twine. Could you like to understand what this indicates? See everyone. The starting of our tale turned into in a high school, a student sporting a glasses named Jin Soo. He became hit by using other broken college students, kidnapping money. The college appears very well ruled, for the scholars are very priest to shield the same as dark socialites. Suddenly, every other pupil walked and saw the terrible actions of a set of students. Park Jing-soo was a main role in it. The big group of brothers see Park Jing-soo, and they think that this man might just enter and don't know how to see we might want. But Jing-soo, he didn't return because today was the initial reception day, so he didn't want to get a problem. He also walked there referring to his classroom. Upon arrival in class, he also sat near the man beaten last time, indeed random. The excited group of great brothers in the school headed in class and escaped to speak in Jin-soo. Must to bring more money so that they are easy to share, but in fact they are delusional to our male characters. And they asked Park Jing-soo, "Hey, is he a new disciple?" At that time, Jing-soo did not answer easily to them. Jing-soo replied, "I will in the new disciples and make the big brothers so angry is really misleading only once, but our male character is normal because he is not afraid they will even be a little bit." The big brothers also said to Jing-soo that when he came to school for a little caution, they walked away. Jing-soo asking to Jin-soo that they will mean what it means. And Jin-soo replied, "If you don't give money, they will beat you like beat me." When leaving school, Jing-soo did not return home. He walked to a boxing club nearby to want going to practice. When he arrived there, he did not see anyone and he practiced on a sandbag alone. A little while later, the master who was there walking out and Jing-soo said that I wanted to practice here. Suddenly the master agreed and gave him the deaf studying and telling you tomorrow to practice, but Jing-soo said, "I'm asking for an exercise at this time." Looks, Jing-soo doesn't really want to spend that much time. On a night when Jing-soo was walking home, he met with the Gitae group. They were sitting at the angle, and suddenly Gitae said to Jing-soo, "Hey, come and sit down and talk to each other a little bit further and remember to go home." But Jing-soo did not sit down and walked away. And Gitae did not say something, but their descendants said why you did not act once, but Gitae said it was not yet. One day our boy also visited Jin-soo's house to get Jin-soo to help teach him to add at what point he didn't understand when he learned after a moment of school. And then they were hungry, and they nursed at once, and their noodles were really likely to be very delicious. Cut back to Gitae's group. They were enjoying themselves in the dancing room together, and then a group of other players saw them through the doorways. In fact, they were the master of Gitae and they immediately walked into the room, making the Gitae team no longer happy, and they danced with Gitae's girlfriend. She tried to get Gitae to help, but Gitae they did nothing because they could not win against them anyway. Hurt, it is not heartbreaking when his girlfriend is affected in the face. Cutting back into our boy again. Looking he was really working hard into exercise, not stopping. Cutting back into the school, Jin-soo was given the Gitae team to bargain money again, but accidentally Jing-soo walked enough and shouted to them, releasing Jin-soo straight away. They were really very misleading, and they also hit each other only once, but not beating Jing-soo, only once. Immediately, Gitae said that it looked to the works of a chicken. Jing-soo also replied that of course we mastered MMA. Excitingly, Gitae looked in front of Jing-soo wanted to eat a bloody meat once, and Jing-soo stared Gitae in the same face. I wanted to have a problem to stop staring at us immediately because Jing-soo didn't want to have a problem. He looked away, Gitae leading the group out of the classroom in embarrassment. Suddenly, a classmate named Young-ho came to shake Jing-soo to join the group because he did not want Gitae to claim his money. Initially, Gitae came to the buildings and continued to give their descendants that up to 3 of them turned alone, and one of them said that Jing-soo was really strong, brother. Meanwhile, Jing-soo, when he left school, a friend named Haksu asked for Jeon group too because he did not like Gitae group. And then they came to sit down and eat in a store. Haksu told Jing-soo that in fact Gitae was not strong, but they had you behind it, 3 generations ago, so they were bitter when food was done. They visited the boxing club happily, as if very happy. For Gitae's group, he was also tortured beaten with baseball sticks, and the senior student said to Gitae why these 100 were finding give us a little money. Gite replied that just because some students stole and told the teacher, I found it difficult to get money from them. The greater brother added that you do not want to play tricks with them, if they are not behind, you have nothing power. Also said that brother, the day ago, saw a rich student coming here to school, so we went to demand money from it because it had so much money, it was rich. Cutting back to Jing Su while practicing at the club, and suddenly said to the teacher, my teacher wanted to have a fighting companion on the arena. The teacher replied. Jing Su replied that to strengthen the capabilities of the master. Suddenly, the master also gave the battle on the request. One of the professional boxers one-handed Jing Su. One night when Jing Su walked home saw a sister being abused by a man. They jumped to the man only once, but her sister turned around and said, why would you beat my boyfriend? Meanwhile, Gite's group continues to demand the same new student's protection fee, and they quickly stole money. Let us come, otherwise, you will be afraid, and stolen real money and brought Gite up a lot. While Jing Su was walking on the street to school, Gite's girlfriend came to Wu and walked to flirt with him, accidentally met the Gite. She answered the excuse that she was walking along with him. Gite said nothing, caught her kissing in front of a boy's pain, that Jing Su didn't care because he was not interested in her, anything to worry about. After he walked out, another group of school students came to beat him coffins, and one was his sister's boyfriend and come and beat them as if they are not appropriate. Fortunately, Haksu arrived in time and beat them up. Jing Su also came to the boxing club for more training because their abilities remained limited. A random food, Gite's group also walked enough to come to a quarrel because Jing Su didn't want to have a problem, walked out. But with Haksu disappointed, he went into a fight equal to Gite. Haksu was the winner, but the Gite team played many tricks together, beat him back once and went to beat Jin Su again, unaware of being beaten. And then until the classroom hours, the master announced that today Jin Su had not come to the test because he was at hospital. Jing Su came to Jin Su at the hospital, immediately saw the condition of Jin Su, he was deeply compassionate. Gite to retaliate, beat your fingers, and Gite once had to be heavy and unanswered. The news was also heard to Gite's big brothers, and they referred to the Jing Su classroom but did not meet because the classmates also ran and told Jing Su that Gite's big brother was looking for them to tell them to be quick to escape. Jing Su didn't panic and ask each other what they thought. Haksu replied, it doesn't. They walked to the biggest brothers, here expressing friendly appreciation without giving up on each other when it comes to problems, but it is also a bad role model to young people. Also, the next generation who solve problems using violence are not better than peacefully dealing with. Our story is over, and thank you for following up on the views and unintentionally apologizing for all errors, and don't forget to help subscribe. Thank you.